Afternoon. Thanks for coming. Today we are going to talk about NVIDIA LaunchPad, proudly on Dell Technologies servers. My name is Mark Weaver. I work for Dell Technologies and I do product marketing, managing the relationship between Dell and ISG and NVIDIA. And so my co-speaker today is Charlie, and he works for NVIDIA, and I'm going to let him begin, and then I'll wrap it up at the end.
All right. Hey, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Dell, for having me to co-present with you. Appreciate it. What we want to talk about today is NVIDIA LaunchPad running on Dell servers. How many of you are familiar with LaunchPad, NVIDIA LaunchPad? Okay. Okay, so great. I think this will be new and educational for you. How many of you are doing AI or trying to do AI right now? All new to AI? Are you all IT admins? Okay, all right. So maybe you're aware that when the people that you're supporting, when they have an idea and they're trying to develop that idea and then deploy it, the next phase is really prototyping. Like what do they need in terms of infrastructure, software to really test out that idea, right? And then they have a pilot and then they bring it to production. But what we've seen, particularly over the last 2 years with supply chain constraints and stuff, is it's very hard to get from that ideation phase to prototyping. And so that's really stalling a lot of businesses to move forward, especially with AI, such a new area that's growing so fast. And if you can't get started quickly with AI, you're going to be left behind your competitors. And so how do we solve that? How do we solve the fact that customers needing to do this, having the idea and needing to test it out, get started without stalling and waiting for the hardware infrastructure? Well, so we looked at, well, why doesn't NVIDIA provide the infrastructure and the software required to do the prototyping, right? Test out whether you're doing image recognition or natural language processing. Virtual assistants and chatbots, for example, are very popular. Every company is essentially integrating that into their business. And so we set up labs for companies to try out these different types of use cases and workloads. And what better than to put this on Dell servers? So Dell servers are NVIDIA certified, so there's a certain level of quality, stability, performance that we, testing that we do on these NVIDIA certified servers. And so once we have the server, we also test the full stack of NVIDIA AI software. And so that would be NVIDIA AI Enterprise if you're running AI workloads, or NVIDIA Omniverse, so if you're doing like 3D design collaboration. Supports these Dell servers support both, and NVIDIA LaunchPad, you could test out labs both on the Omniverse side or the NVIDIA AI side, or even Project Monterey that you heard about today, which is now called vSphere on DPUs. What LaunchPad provides, it's a program, and it's a program that is a 2-week trial. It's not for production use, so we have these curated labs that you could test. So it's not, the idea is not to bring your full workloads on there, although there's that ability to, but really it's these curated labs we created for the general audience. So as soon as you apply, we'll look at who's applying, give you access, and you'll be provisioned right away to get on these Dell servers to run these LaunchPad labs. And everything's fully supported by NVIDIA Technologies. So if you get stuck, you have someone to reach out to and get you on your way. This is the labs that we currently offer, and it continues to evolve. So we continue to add more and more of these labs. So you could see for NVIDIA AI Enterprise, or if you're doing like natural language processing, we have Riva. Morpheus is our new cybersecurity solution. And then we have Bluefield, so the Project Monterey or vSphere with DPUs running on NVIDIA Bluefield 2 DPUs. That's also available now on LaunchPad. So it's very exciting. And we'll continue to add more labs as we continue to evolve this on the Dell servers. Here's an example. So the price prediction lab that we have on there uses the Rapids container that we have. And so this is just an example of what you may see on the lab. It runs through the step-by-step of which containers you pull from NVIDIA AI Enterprise and how to run it, how to train the model, and how to kind of spark up the VM and run these. So if you want to learn more and test out any of the labs, you could go to nvidia.com/Dell LaunchPad. We're also going to provide you a little card that has the URL as well. And then that one also has a raffle drawing at the end. So we'll revisit that. This is just one example of a financial services payment company that used LaunchPad to really test out the infrastructure. So they had legacy infrastructure. They knew they needed to do AI, and they needed accelerated computing. And so before they're ready to really just jump in and invest, they want to try it out to see, do I really need this AI software and accelerated infrastructure? So they went on LaunchPad. They're able to try this natural language processing chatbot lab for a couple weeks. And they were convinced that they needed to go integrate this into their business, into their system. So that was a great example of not having to make like an upfront investment, being able to try the software and the hardware infrastructure and make a decision from that point. I'm going to hand it over to Mark to really kind of talk about the process and the journey.
So at Dell, we are really excited about the partnership that we have with both VMware and NVIDIA. Everyone at Dell is super excited about LaunchPad. It is a really powerful tool where you can experience the full stack that you would use in production. But I want to be clear, it's not a production environment. So you might find that you would like to test your own data or models, or maybe you just realize that you want more than the 2 weeks that comes with the demo to test your concepts. So if that's the case, we would encourage you to engage with the Dell Solutions Center, where you can get a hosted, they can support a hosted proof of concept on the same equipment, where you would get direct support from Dell engineers and specialists. So they can also assist with further technical deep dives and also even set you up with design sessions. So if you decide you would like to build your own pilot or sandbox environment to before you go into full production, not only does NVIDIA provide most of its SDKs, tools, and frameworks for free on NVIDIA NGC, but you can also get a trial license of enterprise software. So with the Dell Try and Buy program and the NVIDIA onboarding services, we can help get your project into production and across the finish line. So, I didn't have the slide on the whole time I was talking to it. But there it is. Sorry, my bad. But anyways, I just said exactly what's on there, and you'd rather hear it from me than read it off a page, right? All right, so we would like to encourage you to go ahead and register for LaunchPad. It's at nvidia.com/Dell-LaunchPad, where you can get started with your demo. And I'd like to invite Elena up, and she is going to pass out some cool information for you guys. And an opportunity, I think there's a raffle?
Yes.
All right.
Just a quick one.
Stand here.
If any of you have interest in LaunchPad, feel free to come grab a card from me. I'll be able to give you a little bit more info. That will point you actually directly to the VMware NVIDIA Joint Solutions LaunchPad, all running on Dell Technologies. If you scan the back, you'll be entered to possibly win an RTX 3080. But if you want to avoid having another card, feel free to come up to me and I can scan you myself. Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by, everyone.